Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I'm an addict, and my sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And this is my YouTube channel where I talk about my life and addiction recovery. So welcome. Hold on, sorry guys. I am just sharing this where I know how to share it. I hope you guys are having a great day. Hey guys. All right. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great day. Hey CG, what's up? Welcome to the live stream, baby. Welcome, 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 my brothers and sisters. I am so glad to see you guys here. Thank you for joining me for another recovery live stream, y'all. We've been doing it. We've been kicking ass and taking names. With these live streams, we've been staying consistent. Okay, so I love consistency, you guys. It's like, I mean, it's just like everything. So what's up, everybody? How's everybody holding up? Let's do a little check-in. How about everybody in the comment section just drop a couple lines, a couple words describing how you're feeling today. I'll tell you guys how I'm feeling. I'm feeling at peace. I'm feeling happy. I am feeling busy. I had a lot of stuff I was doing today. I had to meet with my boss. I had to get my son started on his computer work for his school. It's just been a whole bunch of stuff I've been doing. Let me see what y'all are saying. Hey, Crystal. Hey, John. Hey, CG. Hey, Hi at Last. Hey, Kaylee. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Cindy. What's up, girl? Hey, Mama Kenny. All right. What's up, you guys? I'm glad y'all are here. So tonight we don't have a guest coming on, so we're just going to chill out. We're just going to hang out. We're going to talk about, I was thinking what we could do is we could talk about just surrender. We could talk about that first step when we first get sober. I pulled out one of the Narcotics Anonymous basic texts that I thought we could read from today. I thought that if you guys wanted to come up here and chit chat or share anything, you guys could come up here too. Let me get that. Let me get this note. I hate when my notifications go off. It's like so rude. There we go. Okay. Prepared, loved, and hopeful. That's good. Unproductive, bored, and trapped. Oh man, listen to me, okay? You're not trapped. Get up and get outside. Go to your backyard, girl. Sit on the porch. Do not sit in your house all day, you guys. You can go out on your porch. You can go out in your yard. You can go garden. You can go plant some flowers. Do you know how many people were at Lowe's the other day getting mulch and stuff? It was packed. I mean, Lowe's is making money hand over fist. People are planting flowers and all kinds of stuff right now. Sorry. But get out and get yourself some fresh air. You know, if you have to just walk around in your backyard, do not just sit inside all day. That sucks. What? You guys hear about the tiger at the Bronx Zoo and 6 other large cats there are testing positive? Nope. Oh my God, I'm late. I just remembered, but I made it. Hey, Caitlin, what's up, girl? You're not late. You made it right on time. I just started. He ran away on you, girl. You better get a leash for that kid. Hey, Sky. You know how it is when you have young children. You guys remember, I don't know if y'all did this with your kids, but I remember when my son was first born and we would like go places like the zoo. He was real little and they had those little, you know, they're like leashes that you can put your kid on so that way they can't go too far. Nicole, what's your ethnicity? My mom is Mexican and my dad is Italian. So I'm 50-50, half and half. Well, you know, coronavirus, you guys, it originated from an animal. So it just jumped and mutated to humans. Yeah. So what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have some stuff highlighted. I've been doing a little bit of research that I thought we could. Nathaniel, silencio.
I'm doing nothing.
Be quiet. This is Mama's recovery time. You know the deal.
When's Dad home?
Daddy doesn't get home till 10 tonight. Okay? So you know the deal. You got your new hex.
Someone got my food.
You got your new hex bugs.
Someone got my food.
You should be on your best behavior today.
Mom, I swear to God, I heard.
Well, then go get your plates and bring them down to me so I can put them in the dishwasher, please. Okay? All right. I love you.
Mommy, is this what all of the subscribers say to you? Watch.
Thanks, Kaylee. I really appreciate that. That's nice. Thank you for saying that. I did my makeup for you guys today. I've been thinking about this meeting all day. Been so freaking happy knowing I had this today. We have them every single night. Every single night, you guys. It's almost 7 o'clock. We will get started at straight up 7 o'clock. So for those of you guys that are in here, if you have Facebook or Twitter or any other social media, do me a solid and share this video, please. When you share my videos, it helps people that need to find them. So just take 1 second. You look right. I'll show y'all where y'all can do it at. Okay, hold on.
Mommy.
Alexander Pludre.
Dim. We have to show them what my bugs do.
Hold on, let me show y'all. Okay. Now you see right there, or it's there, that's me. Okay. Then there's those 3 dots right there. You press those 3 dots and press share, and share it to your Facebook, share it to your mama's cell phone, share it to your brother, share it to your granny, share it to your Twitter, your Instagram, share it. Thumbs ups help out a lot. Comments help out a lot. You guys know that I'm not trying to be anal or anything like that. Like, it really does help. So give me your thumbs, give me your shares, and give me your comments. Right, Nate? Nate said thumbs up, share, and comment. It's 8 p.m. here on the East Coast. Now I get what time it is, Central Standard Time. That's right, girl. That's right. You got it now. Do you think it's odd that they buried Kobe Bryant in Corona del Mar? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know a lot about that kind of stuff. Now, I will tell you guys this. I was just watching a guy who was totally breaking down like the conspiracy stuff and the side of why he says that the coronavirus is something that the government has done to get us all in our houses to where we can't riot and do all this craziness because something's going to happen really bad soon. I don't know, but I mean, Mommy, I watch that kind of stuff.
Show them.
Nate, I can't. Please shut them off because I'm trying to talk. Okay, I love you.
Let me show them.
You guys, my son wants to show y'all his hex bugs. Okay, come on, bring him over here.
I'm trying to make them not fall.
Okay, put them down right here. I have to get the computer. So hold on, guys. Do y'all see those little guys? Yeah, they see them. Those are like they're electronic bugs. Okay, now let's shut them all off, Nate. He wanted to show you guys. Okay, son.
I'll show you which one's my favorite.
Okay.
This one's my, wait, what? Okay.
Did you show him? Okay.
Yes, my arm got cut off the screen and it was bleeding.
Okay, go ahead, show him. Which one is that?
That's not my arm. This one is really right.
It flips you.
Right here.
Okay.
Wait, I mean, right here.
Mm-hmm. Put it right here, Bubby. Show it right here. Look. Alexander, right here. These are little hex bugs.
And they're vibrating so I can put it on my head.
Oh, okay. Bye. No kids. Sorry, guys. Electronic bugs. Yes, you guys. Okay, so.
But there is
maybe one day I'll make a video all about my conspiracy theory stuff that I believe in, but we won't do that today. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody have anything in particular that you guys want to talk about today? If not, we'll get started. You guys, I'm going to give you guys like 2 minutes to tell me if there's anything that you're struggling with, anything that you want to talk about today in this video. Go ahead and comment so I can see, because I'm looking at the comments now. Really a big step for me, because thanks, Caitlin. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate that. He is cute in ECG. He's 5. Hey, Jeff. What's up, Jeff? Thanks for being here. That is my twin, if y'all can't notice. I don't know how many of you guys know what my husband looks like, but my husband is a ginger, okay? So my son is a spitting image of me. He's literally my twin. You're doing good for once. That's great. That makes me happy to hear that. Depression, I hear you, Misty. Okay, well, we're not going to be depressed because we're here and we're going to help each other out, okay? So that's what I'm here for, to get you guys not to feel depressed. So let's get into it, okay? All right, so the first step to recovery, you guys, is to stop using. How many of you guys believe that? The first step to recovery is to stop using. So I'm going to write down number 1, stop using. I think that I agree with that, because if we have drugs and alcohol in our system, we're still under the influence. We can't make good decisions. We can't choose sobriety, right? If we're still getting high. So anxiety is, it's killer. I'm telling you. Okay, so here we go. The first step to recovery is to stop using. We cannot expect the program to work for us if our minds and bodies are still clouded by drugs. So a lot of the ways that people will get away from drugs, there's all kinds of different ways, you guys, and this is what we're going to talk about. We can do this anywhere, even in prison or in an institution. We do it any way we can, cold turkey or in a detox, just as long as we get clean. Okay, so I'm going to pause right there. So I know some of you guys are probably going, well, I'm on maintenance medication. Like, what? Does this mean that I'm not in recovery? Does this mean that my sobriety is not valid? Okay. And so I want to talk to you guys about this, because it took me a long time to get to a point where, like, I understood that the medication that I was on was a medical necessity for me. Okay. And so let's talk about it. All right. So when you get into like AA or NA, if that's the program that you decide to join, right? Those programs are abstinence-based programs, but there are just little clauses or like pamphlets where they talk about, medication being used in your recovery. And if you're somebody who's utilizing medication in your recovery and you're taking your medication as prescribed and you're able to be a healthy, happy, functioning member of society, right? Then you keep on doing what you got to do. The purpose of joining into any kind of program, any kind of recovery, is to hopefully, as you're going on and as you're learning, hey, Lisa, and thanks for being here, girl. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Merk. I see all y'all. Hey, Misty. As you're learning and as you're staying sober, right, things are going to change. You're going to feel differently. Like, I know for me, you guys, I started out in 2015 and I got on Suboxone, right? This is just my experience. So let me share it with you guys before you start getting all crunk. I got on Suboxone and I was one of those people that was like, you can't utilize maintenance and be sober. Like, that's bullshit. I thought that it was a cop out. I thought that getting on Suboxone was a way for people to still stay high. Because I didn't understand the medication. I didn't understand I just didn't understand it. So when I got on it, I thought in my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm still going to be able to stay high. And then I realized that that's not what happens. You actually get on it and then it stops making you feel anything. It just helps with your brain. It helps with that craving. It helps with that obsession to want to take opiates, right? But it doesn't help you want to stop taking crack. It doesn't help you want to stop taking methamphetamine. It doesn't help you stop want to drink. It doesn't help you to stop taking pills. Like, all those things, how I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I don't want to take drugs anymore, was by getting involved in a program of recovery and working with a sponsor and having her, help me stay accountable. one of the first things that they told me when I joined with my sponsor was that I had to start changing everything in my life. And you know how overwhelming it is, you guys, when you're trying to stay sober and you've never done it before. Like, I had so many failed attempts. How many of you guys have tried to get sober and failed? Like, think right now, pause, think. How many times you tried, like, actually put in the effort, okay? Like, went to a meeting, went to treatment, was like, this is it, I'm going to make a change. I know of at least 5 times that I was like, I want to do this. I'm going to turn my life around. I hate this life. I don't want to live like this anymore, you know? And then I would go back and I would get high. Now, a lot of the times I think of it and I can remember times of my life where I almost was saving up for that time I could still get high. That reservation, y'all know what I'm talking about? Nicole, I know it's off subject, but thanks again for all you do. You really help people more than you know. Hey, Ro, thanks, babe. I appreciate you. I don't know about you guys, but this is something that I struggled with a lot. I would want to get sober at the beginning. Okay. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, I would be so serious about it too. I would be like, this is it. I'm never going back to that life. I would be like broken. I would be hysterical. I would be crying. I would mean it with everything in me. I'm going to stay sober this time. I'm never going to go back. I'm never going to hurt my family again. And I would start out so positive. I would start out going in the right direction. And you know what would happen every single time? I would start out going straight. And then I'd be going straight. And then I would slowly veer off to the left. Okay. Every single time now that I realize this, I look back on it and realize that my ego and that thought in my mind that I could control my drinking and using. Okay. It's a delusion, the delusional thinking. If you're not practicing, focusing, and reminding your brain, when I drink, when I smoke, when I shoot, when I snort, whatever you do, when I do that, it ruins my life. If you're not constantly reflecting, right? This is for me, you guys. I have to reflect on my past because if I don't, I forget it. And I have forgotten my past so many times that I pick back up. And so things could be going great. I'll be going in the right direction. And then I'll forget how bad it was. I'll forget that I just got out of prison and did a year in the fucking joint, with my freedom taken away. And I'm back at the dope spot getting high. And it's like, that's insanity. I mean, think about it. I want you to think about this. Think about losing your child to the Child Protective Services, okay? Being locked up behind prison bars, being in a coma for so many days because of your addiction, and then going back to it. What is that? That's craziness. That's lunatic. That's ridiculous, right? That's the obsession. That's how strong addiction is. Addiction is so strong that it'll have a mom choosing dope over her kid, right? And we all know how a mother's love for her child is like, I know mine, it's like nothing I could ever explain to you. But when I had my son, I relapsed and I went back to drugs, you guys. And so when I look back on those times, and I'm talking with you guys about this because one of the main problems I had when I was trying to get sober, oh my God, you said it right there, Nick. Nick said it, is that I kept forgetting. Don't forget where you came from. You don't want to go back to that vicious cycle. I kept forgetting how bad it was and where my life and my addiction had taken me. Okay. We talked about this the other night. For those of you guys that are new to my channel, there's this thing, it's called euphoric recall. Okay. So euphoric recall, write that down. Okay. Euphoric recall is when your brain only remembers the good things, okay? Your brain will remember, that time that you had a keg party and met some fine guy and made love all night long. Or the euphoric recall will have you remembering the time you shot dope and stayed up all night and painted a beautiful portrait or something. Or you worked really hard and got a raise at your job while you were high. That's what euphoric recall is. Your brain remembers the good things that happened while you were getting loaded. It doesn't remember any of the horrible things that happen. Like when you're like trading your body for drugs, giving guys BJs for drugs, or when you guys wake up and you're laying beside a girl that you don't even know and you're like, hot damn, how did I get here? Like, you don't remember that part. You remember the parts when you were feeling good and getting the good responses and good like reactions from drugs, right? You're not feeling the bad parts. And so that's what would happen to me is I would be getting on the right track, and I would have somebody that was actually helping me and guiding me. And then my mind would start telling me, girl, you got this. You don't need to be. What's one little pill? What's one little toot? You could go hang out with your girls for one night. That freaking stinking thinking. I know that sounds so cliche, you guys, but it's freaking true, okay? It is that stinking thinking. It comes into your mind and it's telling you, you know what? It's okay. One more time. It won't hurt, Like right now, in these times where we're under stress and maybe we have a lot of extra time on our hands where we got, we're maybe some of us are bored. I know that boredom is one of my biggest triggers. You know why? Because what do they say? The idle hands are the devil's playground. So when I'm bored, right, and I don't have anything to do, I sit there and I start going back to those old ways. I start thinking, okay, I go in my mind. One of the things that they used to tell me when I was in treatment was a drug addict's mind is a dangerous place to be. You don't want to be in your own head, okay? You don't want to be there by yourself, all right? Because when you're in your mind, you're tossing around the idea, okay? There's nobody else upstairs in there to say, hey, Nicole, no, that's not a good idea. No, Xanax is not going to make you feel better, right? It's just you and those thoughts. And what happens when we're sitting with our thoughts and we're not stopping the thoughts? We're just tossing them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, okay? Then your thought morphs into that obsession, okay? We have done this so many times. I could say it over and over and over again. The trigger, the thought, the obsession, okay? Once you get into that point where you're obsessing over how, why, when, where, you're going to get dope, you're going to get drunk, you're going to get crack, pills, whatever your drug of choice is. Okay? It doesn't even matter, okay? Whatever that drug is, you're thinking about it to the point where you're obsessing, and you've basically planned out, plotted the way you're going to go get high. And then damn shit, you're there. You wake up and you're on the doorstep. It's like, how did I get here? How did I get to the dope man's house? It's like, it's literally like you're in a plane and there's like a autopilot, and the thing's just, you're sitting in the passenger seat and the wheel's just moving and it's taking you there. That's what it's like when you're a dope fiend and you're sitting at home bored and you're tossing the idea around. It's literally like you're a robot and somebody just do and you just sorry, but it's the truth, you guys. It's the truth. Alan says, a judge once told me that idle hands are the devil's playground. He told me that when I told him I hadn't worked in years during my addiction. Yes. Nicole, you ever carpet surf and think you dropped a little something that can get you? Row. Why are you even asking? You already know. One time, go upstairs. I got little ears. One time, you guys, what is that stuff that comes out of the ceiling? It's like sheetrock. Sheetrock. One time, I carpet surfed sheetrock. Okay, go upstairs, baby. I love you. Okay,
I'm so glad.
You don't, Nate. You just had pizza and you had pizza, pork chops, and you had macaroni and cheese.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, G Dirt, thanks for stopping in. I think it was that. What did I say? It was sheetrock. Okay. Another time, I was in my car and I had this guy that I picked up from the. Well, let me tell you the whole story. Okay, let me tell the whole story. So, story time. Here we go, guys. Trigger warning. I had this guy that I was dating, and it was a really bad relationship. We were toxic for each other, and he was abusive, and we were both on opiates and methamphetamine. You guys, really, really, really hard. Okay, so I had gotten tickets to the Kid Rock concert in Little Rock, and at the time I lived in Hot Springs, and so I was like, you know what? Always hungry, Danielle, and it's only because I'm on here right now. Every time, y'all will learn this little chicken nugget right here. He don't bother me any other time, except for when I come on here to talk to you guys. And you know what he said to me today on the way home? He goes, "Mom, do you think we can get a sponsor for your YouTube channel?"
What?
And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Yeah, do you think that the sponsor could be Hexbugs?" I said, "I wish Hexbugs would sponsor my channel."
Why?
So we could get money. And then I could buy you all the hex bugs in the world.
So you can
Wouldn't that be awesome?
No. Wait. What can you sponsor it by so you can buy all of the other things in the world?
Maybe one day when Mom.
Let me think.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Get
your chocolate thing and go.
Do Fortnite Nintendo Switch.
Okay, love you. So, okay, I had this guy, and y'all know his name. His name was LD. He's passed away, just so you guys know. Okay, he's passed away. He actually died in a car accident. He was in the passenger seat of a drunk driving accident. So the guy that he was driving was drunk, and that was driving him was drunk, and they had an accident, flipped the Jeep, and he got injected out of the car. Ejected. So I dated this guy for like 6.5 years, and we went to this concert, and at the concert, before we even got to see them play, he got into a fight in the middle of the it was like they were serving alcohol, and we were in line to get beer, and he got into a fight and got arrested and got put in jail. So I stayed at the concert. I seen the whole concert, you guys. Okay. And then me and my friend went to the jailhouse to go pick him up to see if they were letting him out. Well, they weren't letting him out until 3:00 in the morning, right? Because he had like a public intox or some shit like that. And so there was this guy that they were letting out, and he needed a ride. And so me being who I am, just so y'all know, I pick anybody up off the side of the road. I'll talk to anybody. I'll give anybody money. I'll give them the shirt off my back walking down the street. I've done it so many times. Well, this time wasn't a good time. This guy needed a ride, so I picked him up. I said, "Come on in, man. We'll take you somewhere." His name is Nate. Yeah, that's right. We'll take you somewhere. So we were taking him, and that's when he was like, "Y'all want to get high?" And me and my girlfriend were like, "Well, fuck yeah, we do." And so we went to this hotel and bought some crack. Okay. And one thing, you guys, like, if you're buying crack, I'll smoke all that shit up. I don't give a damn. I don't like to pay for it because it's not something I enjoy doing. Like, I'm not going to put my money on it. I'd rather just buy some cocaine and shoot it. But if somebody's buying crack, I will smoke that shit. I'll smoke it till the cows come home. So he bought it, and we were smoking, driving around Little Rock, smoke. And it got to a point where we were just smoking so much, and I was just tired of having it in my car. I was like, "Okay, well, thanks for hanging out with us. Where do you want to go? I'll take you home." He didn't want to get out of my car. He was in the passenger side on the ground picking up rocks, pebbles, trying to smoke them in my car. So finally, I was like, "This dude's not getting out of the car. What am I going to do?" Y'all are never going to guess what I had to do to get this dude out of my car. I had to pay him $20 to get out of my fucking car. Because he would not go. But I'll tell you this. After he got out, I was jonesing so bad. I was right down there in the ground on my car looking for pebbles too. And that's how it is, you guys. When you're doing that stuff, it's like you're sure that you dropped some. It's like you know it. You know it. But I hadn't dropped any. I probably smoked like a piece of dirt, a rock, who knows what else. I've done that, and then I've also been in the carpet picking up blue fuzz thinking it was Roxy's because I had been up for like 7 or 8 days without any sleep, so I was seeing things real bad. And so I was at my friend Tara's house, and I was literally sifting the carpet, picking up little pieces of blue fuzz, putting it in a spoon, putting water on it, and shooting it up. But it was just water, you know. It was terrible. So I straight had to pay that dude $20. I've told that story so many times, it's crazy. But that's back before I was crazy. Because if it was me at the end of my addiction, I would have beat the shit out of him. I would have fucking hit him in his face if he hadn't got out of my car. But I was real scary. I hadn't lived in Little Rock before. I didn't know where we were at. And so I was scared. I was scared that he was going to murder me or something. Once you get like past a certain point in your addiction, it's like you lose all that fear and you're just like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do. You know what I mean? And so I was still scary at this time. Okay. So sorry about that, y'all. That was just a quick story time break. Okay, so here we go. Developing the concept of God as we understand him is a project that we can undertake. We can also use the steps to improve our attitudes. Our best thinking got us into trouble. I love reading out of this book. It's the big NA basic text because they say a bunch of stuff that I remember from when I was in treatment. So right here it says, our best thinking got us into trouble. Okay. So a lot of the times when I meet people who are trying to get sober, they don't want to take suggestions. They don't want to listen to anything that you have to say. They have all the answers, right? And so that's why when I talk to people, I try to say, hey, listen, are you willing to just like forget everything that you've ever known before and like let someone else guide you and show you the way? Because exactly what this says, our best thinking, got us to where we're at right now. Our best thinking, my addict mind got me to the point where I was a felon, okay? I was homeless. I lost my son. I lost all dignity and self-respect. And that's where I got myself in my addiction. So when I get sober, I need guidance. I need somebody to help show me the way. All right. And so one of the things that I think a lot of us drug addicts and alcoholics have problems with is letting go of control and allowing someone else to show us and guide us and take us on that journey with them and help mold us and shape us, so that way we can learn how to stay sober. Guys, if we all knew how to stay sober, we would have gotten sober a long time ago on our own. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know. And so we need help. There's nothing wrong with that. I think for me, at least, I was always so ashamed to admit that I needed help. I almost felt like it was weak. I looked at needing help as a weakness and admitting that I was struggling as a weakness. And it's not. When you are able to admit that you need help and humble yourself and ask for guidance, you're probably doing one of the most courageous, strongest things you will ever do in your whole entire life.
Mommy.
Because it's difficult to be vulnerable like that. It's difficult to open yourself up and truly listen and have someone else guide you on your journey. It's a lot of trust, right? And that's why when you get sober or when you're getting sober or trying to get sober, you need to find someone that you can trust and you can talk to, and you could tell them anything and they're not going to they're not going to say, you know what, I'm going to tell everybody about Lisa's addiction. I'm going to go around. I'm going to tell my best friend that Lisa shot dope between her toes. And I'm going to go over here and tell my granny that Lisa likes to jump off cliffs when she smokes the ganja. Or it's going to be somebody that you can sit with and you can tell them anything and they'll keep it between you and them. And whenever I was trying to find somebody that I could do that with, because I had heard so many horror stories, right? A lot of people will try to discourage you from doing things that can benefit your life. And they'll say, oh, one time I got somebody and they told everybody my business. Well, first of all, just so y'all know, everybody already knew my business. So even if somebody wanted to tell it, I mean, they weren't going to be able to tell it to nobody because everybody already knew, everybody already knew. And so that's why it wasn't a big deal to me, because it was a big deal for people to see me finally get sober, because everybody knew I was an addict. Everybody knew I was sick. Everyone, I struggled for a long time.
Mom,
What, son?
when you're done doing your video, is it
Nicole, I grew up with great family and was never abused or anything extreme at all. The problem I had was that my dad was my best friend. Yes, son.
When you're done, can I go get some sticks at gas station?
Maybe. If
you know what Nick sticks are.
I'll figure it out. If you give me time to finish up, then we'll do something, okay? We'll go outside and play in the yard and all that. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, guys. Nathaniel, look at me. Nathaniel, I'm going to spank you. Okay? I'm going to have to spank you if you don't stop. Please, do not do this. All right? This is important to me, son.
No, I'm saying I do.
Upstairs. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, listen to me, Roro. I'm going through it right now with my own little dude, okay? And I'm trying to set boundaries with my son, because one of the things that I'm learning is that being your children's friend is not going to help them at all. They need guidance. They need us to show them, and discipline them in a good way, And here's the thing, you guys, I prepare for these live streams so that way when I get on here, he's settled. Pork chops and macaroni and cheese, 2 pieces of pizza, 2 things of chocolate milk, just within the hour. Okay, so he's great. Okay. So, we recognize the need for change. Our disease involved much more than just using drugs. So our recovery must involve much more than simple abstinence. Recovery is an active change in our ideas and attitudes. I really love that. That recovery is not just about quitting drugs, you guys. It's so much more than that, right? Separating yourselves from drugs and alcohol might seem like it's hard at the beginning, right? But once you get yourself away from all those people, places, and things, right? And you're in your zone. You got good, sober people that you're hanging out with. You're over here hanging out with all of us, right? And you got recovery peeps all around. Then you can start working on the real issue at hand, which is on the inside, right? Drugs and alcohol were just the way that we coped with life. All right. So a lot of the problems that I had was I was insecure. I was unsure of myself. I was very anxious. And so when I would use drugs and alcohol, it would make those feelings of anxiety and insecurity and unsureness, it would make those feelings go away. And I would feel relief. And so when we would use drugs and alcohol, it would relieve that tension, right? I remember the first time I used, really used, I had partied in high school and drank and smoked and all, and I loved it. But the first time I ever got high, after I graduated high school, I used methamphetamine, and I made a video about this. It's I haven't uploaded it yet, but it's in the archives. I'm waiting to upload it till tomorrow. But the first time I ever used methamphetamine, and I really started into my addiction on a daily use and was buying dope on my own. I can remember doing it, and it made me feel power. It made me feel strength. It made me feel, I hate to even say this, cool or superior. I had something that nobody else had, and they didn't understand why this was so good. Do you know what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And so I was like, hell yeah, man. These motherfuckers just don't know what they're missing. And I could work all these hours and I could clean the whole store. I got a raise. I remember, man, I was balling. I was making good money. And I was like, I felt like I had everything figured out, you know? And that's how it starts out with using. It's like all these great feelings, the euphoria, the strength, and the it's almost like prestige. You know, you're hanging out with a certain group of people that are like your dope friends that you feel like they're cool, and just I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And so that's how it began, and it's like this good feeling. And then when it changes, and we talked about this the other day in that video I talked about, it's called the imaginary line, where it's like you cross over into this like gray area where it's like everything goes to shit basically, you know. Lisa, yes girl. Okay, so same here. Like oxys, roxys, heroin, meth, cocaine. I was like a person that I was always addicted to multiple substances. Okay. And so I would use this drug for 6 months, and then I would move to this drug, and I would intertwine and mix them together, all that kind of stuff, right? And so I always was feeling like I was ahead of the curve. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew something that nobody else knew. Um, but it all ended. It all, it was good at the beginning, and then everything went to shit, you know? Um, it was depressing, you know? It's like I felt like I had found this thing that made me feel good, and then I couldn't live my life without it. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? I couldn't live my life without it, and then it was no longer fun. It was no longer something that I enjoyed doing because it was something I had to do to live. And I was dependent upon these drugs, not just physically, like with opiates, but psychologically. You know what I'm saying? It was such a it was a really scary experience whenever you wake up one day and you're like, I can't live my life without dope. And if I have to live my life without dope, then I don't want to live. God, that's crazy. I just remember feeling like that. I remember feeling like if I couldn't get high, I didn't want to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Um, if I couldn't get high, then what was the point? Because that was the only thing that I enjoyed or thought that I was enjoying, right? And then I got pregnant, you know? I sure will, Sean. You got it, baby. Um, I'm sorry, you guys. Like sometimes I can't believe. I mean, like I forgive myself. I forgive myself. But sometimes I think back to that time and I think, how did I let myself get that bad? How did it get that bad? You know, I think I saw Roro comment. He said he came from a good family. Same. I have the best mom and dad. I have the best parents. Um, they raised me right. I have the best sisters who look up to me. They've always looked up to me. But I was not a good sister. You know, I wasn't a good example of what a big sister was supposed to be. You know, I have an amazing mom who literally comes to my live streams and comes and hangs out with us here on the channel. I have a dad who is like, well, he would do anything for me, anything. You know, he helps me with my son for Christmas. He'll throw me a couple $100 so I can buy my son a bomb ass Christmas, you know? And it's not about like your family that you come from. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that have circumstances where maybe their family members were addicts. Maybe they were raised up in a hard life with their family. Honestly, methamphetamine, I just slept, Kaylee. It wasn't like a withdrawal where you feel sick. It's just you. I actually made a video. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to upload it tomorrow. I talked all about all this, but you sleep. That's how I did. I would sleep and I would eat. But it was psychological, because you feel like in your mind that you need it, just like with crack cocaine or cocaine. Your mind is telling you that you need it. You need to have it. You need to have more, right? Um, it's so crazy. Sky says, I'm afraid I'll never be happy sober. Okay. I feel you, girl. I feel you. Um, when I first started my recovery, I was so afraid that I had these fears. I'll tell you all the fears I had. I was afraid that I would never be able to stay sober. I was afraid that I wouldn't be happy sober. I was afraid that my husband wouldn't love me sober. I was afraid that we wouldn't stay together because we were both sober now. Because you guys have to understand, when me and my husband met, we were both in our active addiction. We nurtured our whole relationship at the beginning was getting high. And so I felt the same way. I was like, I'm never going to have the fun that I did when I was getting high. I'm never going to have that release that I had when I was getting high, right? But I'm here to tell you guys that I feel better than when I was getting high. Okay? And the reason why, you know why? Because my conscience is clear. Because I know I'm doing the right thing today. Because I feel good. I have pride in what I'm doing today. I work hard. I'm a good person. I'm honest. My passion is helping others, right? These are the things, you guys, that I feel today. When I was getting high, those feelings produced by drugs, that is temporary. The feelings that I feel today, doing the right thing and helping other people and taking care of my family and my son and my home and my dogs and my family, my mom and dad, and being a part of their lives, guess what? All those feelings are forever. I'm making memories with my family. I have a family that I can actually nurture my relationships with my mother and father again. I have my sisters back in my life. They're never going to leave me. Drugs will leave you. You're not going to have them. That you'll use them for the night, and then tomorrow you'll wake up and you'll feel the same shitty shit that you felt the night before when you were trying to escape. That's what happens. Drugs will not give you anything that sobriety can give you. Sobriety will change your life. And you can gain back everything that you lost in your addiction. Everything. I'm telling you guys, my life before I got sober was shit. I had fly by night jobs. Sure, I'd make a couple of dollars here and there, right? And I'd get a nice car, or I'd have a new TV or a new purse. But guess what? Every single thing that I got, I sold it for drugs. I traded it for drugs. I would lose it because I would get kicked out of the house I was living in, or the couch that I was sleeping in would catch on fire because I would sleep in it and I would be falling asleep with a cigarette in my mouth. And then the next thing you know, I'm waking up in a fire. I'm telling you guys, I would light myself on fire. I think back to those times. Don't get me wrong, okay? I think back to those times and I think about how I wish I could go back and meet my husband sober because I love him so much. He's my best friend. And I think about if we could have met each other sober and how we could have started and been this like power couple, But instead, you guys, we were the power junkies. We were the power junkies of Little Rock, Arkansas. And I laugh about it and I make jokes and, kiki, but like, I don't have anything from when I was in my addiction. All I have is memories of hurting my family, hurting my husband, hurting my son, putting my son in harm's way, having my son taken away from me and put in some stranger's house. Those are the memories that I have from my addiction. From my recovery, I have so many amazing things that are happening because of this, you know? I have all of you guys here on my channel that I get to hang out with every single day. I have my son back. I've had him back, you guys, for years now, almost 5 years. I have my husband who is sober and clean and happy and doing the right thing and working a full-time job taking care of our family. My husband is on the front lines, y'all. He is working in a grocery store so that way every person who's on lockdown can get groceries, and I'm so proud of him. You know, I have my mom and dad back. I have a home to live in. But most of all, you guys, I have respect for myself. And I know that I deserve better than I was giving myself when I was in my addiction. You know, I know that I'm better than what I was doing. What are you, Staten Island? What are you doing? I see you. He's scolding everybody. I love you, Staten is my island. No hooking up, says Staten is my island. You guys are all getting to know each other, and it makes me so happy to see you guys. Okay, like I love seeing you guys in the chat. I think we have like a really good group of people that have been coming to the chats. I'm sorry I'm a little emotional today. Sometimes I get on these stories and I get to talking with you guys, and it just brings up so many memories. And like right now, I just don't want you guys to have to go through all the things that I went through. And if you did go through that, I want you to come out on the other side. I want you to know that you can. You know, that's what it is. I want people to know that life can get better, and that I'll tell you this. Chasing substances to change the way I felt was mundane. I did it the same thing over and over and over again. Today, I wake up with a new opportunity every single day, you guys. Every single day, I wake up with another opportunity to be of service to somebody, to help another addict or alcoholic that's struggling, right? And that is a blessing. That is a blessing. That's why when people are like, you know what? I don't want to bother you, Nicole. I don't want to call you. What if you're busy? You guys are tripping, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for other people to be able to help and be of service to, I would be so bored without you guys. I would just be like, I love it. I love it. And it helps me. It helps me so much. And I know that if y'all tried working the 12 steps, which y'all know, I'm open-minded. I want you guys to do what works for you, okay? But I want you to know that the 12 steps helped me so much to learn how to live my life on life's terms. The 12 steps taught me how to self-reflect. They taught me how to connect. They taught me how to let go of all that bullshit, right? It taught me how to heal from the things that I did in my addiction that I was really beating myself up about. They taught me how to give back to other people, and how, which is the strangest thing, who would have ever thought that helping others would help yourself? I mean, I never thought of this concept when I was getting high. Because when you're getting high, you guys, it's all about you. Selfish, self-seeking. Let me get what I need to get where I need to get it now. And everybody else can fuck all the way off, right? So whenever I found this new way to live, which was giving back, it's like, what? It's a miracle, you guys. It's a miracle. No, buddy. I'm almost done, though. Good looking up. Trigger. So here's the thing about triggers, you guys, okay? Everybody has triggers, okay? Shoot, I have triggers today with just because, like, being a sober person who loves to eat cheesecake, that's a trigger, eating cheesecake, okay? You can be triggered, just like they say when you're triggered on the internet because somebody says something and you're like, maybe you don't agree with it. That's a trigger. Hush. That's a trigger. I mean, these are all different things, okay? So listen, here's the thing with triggers. You don't have to let a trigger turn into an obsession. That's the beauty about it, okay? So if you're dealing with triggers, okay, and you wake up in the morning and you're watching TV or you go to the store and your mom's got a bottle of Advil in her purse and you hear it shaking, okay? And you're like, dang, that brings back memories. That trigger is popping into my mind. Right there. What did we talk about the other day? Where's Richard? If you are triggered and you start thinking, oh, then those are those pills, what do? Snitching on my addiction. You call somebody, or you tell a friend, or you talk to your mom, or you say, hey, mom, you know, whenever you have those pills in your purse and I can hear them shaking, it brings back memories. I hate that sound. Can you maybe not put your pills in your purse, or maybe put them in a Ziploc bag, right? And maybe that will help out. Okay, talk about it. Don't just sit there with the thought and let it fester in your mind. Snitch on your addiction. Okay, say something. Talk to somebody. Don't just sit there and play with that idea. Okay, get it out of your mind. Shed some light on it. Okay, because that's that darkness that we're trying to light up. Okay, I think we're almost done, you guys. Okay, so one more. The ability to face problems is necessary to stay clean. If we had problems in the past, it is unlikely that simple abstinence will solve these problems. Guilt and worry can keep us from living in the here and now. Denial of our disease and other reservations keep us sick. Many of us feel that we cannot possibly have a happy life without drugs. Sky, are you hearing this? We suffer from fear and insanity and feel that there is no escape from using. We may fear rejection from our friends if we get clean. These feelings are common to the addict seeking recovery. We could be suffering from an overly sensitive ego. Some of the most common excuses for using are loneliness, self-pity, and fear. Dishonesty, closed-mindedness, and unwillingness are three of our greatest enemies. Okay, dishonesty. So let's write down the enemies of our recovery. The enemies of our recovery are dishonesty, closed-mindedness, and fear. Oh, yeah, yes, and unwillingness. Okay, so if those are the enemies, then we know what the helpers are, right? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Okay, so these are the enemies. Okay, dishonesty, closed-mindedness, and unwillingness are three of our greatest enemies. Self-obsession is the core of our disease. Just like I was telling you guys, selfishness, self-seeking, right? We have learned that old ideas and old ways won't help us to stay clean or to live a better life. If we allow ourselves to stagnate and cling to terminal hipness and fatal cool, you hear that? Terminal hipness and that fatal cool. It is not cool to be on dope. It is not hip to be getting high. It's terminal. It will kill you. We are giving into the symptoms of our disease. One of the problems is that we found it easier to change our perception of reality than to change reality. We must give up this old concept and face the fact that reality and life go on, whether we choose to accept them or not. We can only change the way we react and the way we see ourselves. This is necessary for us to accept that change is gradual and recovery is an ongoing process. Okay. One more line I want to read. There is a special feeling for addicts when they discover that there are other people who share their difficulties, past and present. At first, we can do little more than attend meetings. Probably we cannot remember a single word, person, or thought from our first meeting. In time, we can relax and enjoy the atmosphere of recovery. Okay. So coming together and meeting with each other here on the channel every single night at 7 and talking with each other and getting to know each other and relating to each other, this is helping our recovery. This is building our relationship in recovery, right? And so we're helping each other. This is such an amazing, it's just amazing situation altogether, you guys. Like when I was in my addiction, it is a process. Yes, it is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, you guys. And you know what? If you were like me when I was trying to get sober, I expected everything to come back to me overnight. Well, I'm sober now. I should have a home, $1 million in the bank, and a brand new car, right? Right? That instant gratification, it doesn't go away with the drugs. It stays, believe that. Everything, I need it to be instant, okay? But one of the things, you guys, it's so amazing. Once you dedicate your life and your time to the process of recovery, and you start being honest, you start being open-minded, you start being willing, and you start taking suggestions, your life will change. I promise you 100%. Okay, if you just believe in the process and trust. Okay, so man, I'm telling y'all what, this is a good. I love talking with you guys. I get so excited when I do these live streams. I just love it. It just gets me pumped. It gets me pumped for my own recovery, you guys. And seeing all of you guys here gets me so excited because I'm like, hopefully I was able to say something, you guys, that helps somebody else. Maybe if you're struggling, just know that you're not alone. Okay, I've totally been there. And for those of you guys that are on maintenance medication, you know what we're doing on Friday. We're going to do our Mara meeting, but anybody's welcome to come hang out with us, okay? As long as you're open-minded and you're respectful, we are here for anybody that is wanting recovery, okay? Now, my experience, right? I am on a maintenance medication. I'm on 2 milligrams of Suboxone. It saved my life. I'm actually going to the doctor next month, you guys, and I've made a plan. I have decided that I'm going to go down from 2 to 1.5. I was actually asking everybody over in the subreddit today on Suboxone subreddit. I was like, what do you guys think I should do? And so I'm going to talk to my doctor about going down 0.5 milligram and see how that goes. But I'm just taking my time, you guys. And if you're somebody who's utilizing maintenance medication, take your time. If you are not ready to taper, then do not taper. Do not let anybody bully you into tapering. If you don't want to taper, that is okay. You are welcome here. We don't judge anybody, okay? Everybody's recovery is different. What works for somebody else may not work for this person. And as long as people in the recovery community are judging and pointing the finger and talking about somebody else's sobriety, then we're going to stay divided. So the whole point of coming together is to have unity and to be able to help each other. But just so you guys know, you have an ally in me, okay? Like I said, I am on 2 milligrams of Suboxone, and it saved my life. So if anybody is struggling and you need support, or you don't feel like you're a part of, or you feel alone, all you have to do is text message me on the Real Talk Recovery phone line. And yeah, I will help you out any way I can. And yeah, the deal. That's the deal. So anyways, thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you guys had a good day, had a good time. I want you guys to all know that, you're doing a great job. Stay consistent, okay? One of the things, yeah, I'm not rushing. I'm just chilling. One of the things that has helped me so much, you guys, in my sobriety is just staying consistent. One of the things that is part of my consistency is doing my channel like I said I would do. Okay, so I said I would come here and I would do a meeting every evening at 7 while we're during this quarantine, right? Now, when life goes back to normal, we'll probably go back to are 3 nights a week. But for right now, I have time. I'm at home. So part of something that helps me is coming on and doing these meetings with you guys. Okay. Thanks, Lisa. I'm really glad you came, for real. And hopefully, like next time we do one tomorrow, what was tomorrow? Wednesday? Tomorrow, what I'll do is if you guys want to come up and share, we can just we'll pick a topic, okay? Like step 1 or willingness or forgiveness or coping with life during the quarantine. We'll pick a topic, and if you guys want, you guys can come up and share. And so I'll just be here and I'll click you guys up and y'all can go and just share as you come up. But that's up to you guys if you want to do it, or you can call in and share over the phone, whatever way you want to do. But why don't you guys all be thinking about that and saying, okay, tomorrow's going to be a meeting where I need to participate. So that way y'all can come up. If there's some of you guys that are embarrassed or, you don't mind talking on camera, then you can come up and break the ice and go first. So that will be the plan for tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, same as the meeting this evening. And we'll take turns, and whoever wants to come up and share can come up and share. Sound like a good idea? Okay. All right, you guys. I hope everybody had a great day. I love you guys. I'll see you guys over on Sober James's channel and LT's channel, because I think they're going to go next. All right. I love you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.